Hello! This week's episode is the long life of Walter Jameson. Now, this is one of my favorite topics. Immortality along with time travel is what Rod Serling did best, I think. And this episode is certainly proof of that. It has a very striking similarity to the movie The Man from Earth. But this character is a bit dumber than The Man from Earth and also considerably younger. If you haven't seen The Man from Earth, I hardly recommend it. It is a fantastic movie. The picture that they have of from the Civil War is really very good for the era. It is very, very crisp and it's been duplicated perfectly. I would say that it's not quite representative of the era's technology. They make a few mistakes when it comes to the chronology of this stuff. The date is wrong in the diary. He says Tuesday, it's actually Sunday. They get some of the other stuff in that entry wrong as well. Plato is closer to 2,500 years before than 2000. But over 2000 is technically 2,500 and also 7 million. So, Kevin McCarthy, who plays this aging character, he could easily have reprised this role because he has aged very gracefully. He could have done this just as easily as Leonard Nimoy gets a repeat of his character from The Outer Limits from the 60s. When they did a remake back in the 90s. He could have easily done it because he looks fantastic. So, this character is not immortal. He just doesn't age. And the stupidity of being in the war is a bit staggering. I mean, if he had an active death wish, sure, but it still doesn't quite track to me. The episode ends with his friend hearing a gunshot and then sneaking out, which makes very little sense. If you hear a gunshot, you don't sneak out the door. Either you sneak out the door because you didn't, you're just looking for something in particular, or you hear a gunshot and you assume everyone else heard the gunshot and you just run and slam the door. It's a bit weird. This character also keeps his ring. It's in the last shot of the story as well. That ring is also in the picture, so it is at least 100 years old. And the chances of him holding on to it without it breaking or without losing it for 100 years is slim. I have a feeling that they're alluding to it being older, older still. And, or he could have had it remade over and over like a reincarnating ring. Very weird. So, before we go, I'm going to leave you with a clip from a movie about other aging characters. This from the movie He Never Died. And this is talking about careers. This person, I'm guessing, in this story would also have a very varied and long list of careers. So I'm going to leave you with a somewhat older character, and he's going to explain his choice of careers, and I will see you on Mars next week. Take care. Bye.
So, what do you do? You never talk about yourself.
Well, I don't do much of anything anymore, but when I did a little bit of everything.
Like what?
I was kind of a bodyguard for a while, and then I sold antiques, which probably made me the most. I owned a few businesses, construction for a while, truck driver, teacher for a while, history most of the time, military, took up a good part of my life, manager for a whole slew of businesses, landscaper, fisherman, I bootlegged for a while, wreck diver, miner for coal, silver, gold, stuntman for movies for a while, nurse. I was a medic for a while. That's when I was in the military. Cook, prison, There's a good amount of prison in there. Professional gambler, horse breeder, potter. I made pots for a while. Tinsmith, then a blacksmith. Retail for almost everything. Mechanic.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's just a lot. Like a jack of all trades.